Alright guys, welcome to the semi-finals. We're in the Back to the Mountain tournament, and we see Anotan now with HRE in the color blue and in the color orange. B playing as the French. Meanwhile, we do see, thank you for the follow. We do see Louis MT playing as the English. I think for the first time in this tournament he goes English. He has been playing HRE the whole time. He has been getting away with that. And he has been playing HRE in a very aggressive way, like Dark Age, Spearman Rush. He was having a blast with that. But CSO, we have seen him playing John Dark quite a lot in this tournament. We have seen how dangerous this guy can be. This is extremely good John Dark user. Managed to keep the knights alive. Usually you see this guy with a lot of knights. You can tell whether you have a good French player or a bad French player, where whenever you see the number of knights scales over time, like they don't lose them. Like very good with micro. They get chivalry very soon, and eventually they just it's just overwhelming, you know. CSO is that kind of guy, and the kind of guy that even in 1v1s can even go John Dark with only knights. So he should be very familiar with this matchup, because even in team games usually you want to, you know, talk to your partner and say, you know what, you go for lombos and then I go for knights, and you don't need to worry about spearman if you go for the knights, because you already have lombos. You basically trust your teammate. It's all about trust. It's all about trust, full of faith in this kind of matches. While B obviously also has a French very good player, so I should expect we should be expecting the same level of gameplay between the French and John Dark players. I already see School of Cavalry coming for both of them. Obviously, I can shuffle for I can shuffle for Anotan. It's a little bit misleading, the fact that Anotan is blue and Louis is teal. It's a little bit confusing for me. But anyway, like Anotan should be like yellow. You can make teal and green. I think there's not much of a difference. But the best is like orange and yellow, and maybe blue and teal. Like that's as obvious as it can be. Can't get more obvious than that. So gold in the back for Anotan. Gonna be having a blast here, and only that potentially he can push the deer next to the Akan Chapel. Now remember, the Akan Chapel has been nerfed, so obviously you need to push the deer much closer. Looks like CSO is doing the work for him. Hey buddy, you need help pushing the deer? No worries, I do that for you. Actually, he did push one. It's like, I'll give you one. I'll give you one. CSO already there. It's like, this guy's one step ahead. It's like, you're not gonna push that deer to the Akan Chapel. Like, there's no way. You're not gonna get the buff from the food. You're only gonna get the buff from the wood and the gold. Not gonna get the food here. So, very nice play coming from CSO. And while we see the first knights already there, CSO obviously aging up a little bit slower. He's playing with John Dark. Usually you age up with less villagers, so you can get more experience. So B is gonna be ahead when it comes to having a little bit of map control. I guess they will want to put pressure in the French player, either John Dark or French. Like usually it's the easiest one, because the easiest resource that you can deny is gold. And obviously CSO doesn't have the same luck as B. He does have the gold quite a little bit exposed. So usually in these games, like, you want to deny the gold for the French player. You deny the gold, then he doesn't have access to knights. Obviously easier said than done. So John Dark already level up. I'm gonna put a point of view here so that we can see John Dark experience. Louis MT already on the field edge, and he's gonna go for the lombos. Not gonna be having any kind of a spear yet. Fully trusting your teammate. You may want to add a few spears here and there, but in general, your main army should be the lombos for now. Let's take a look at Anotan. Double archery range. He's already very committed to archers. So looks like we're not gonna see any spearmen for now. I mean, those knights will be on the run the whole way. Nice charge coming for CSO. Getting a little bit of damage. Remember, there's no chivalry yet to this knight, so every damage counts. Every damage counts. Is there a lot of gold in this map? It's I think it's fair. You have big gold veins obviously at the middle, so those will become important later on. You have 2 starting golds, 1 starting gold and another gold very close to you. So he should be fine. At least B starting gold is not that bad. He can wall here, and I mean, that's a big wall. That's a big wall. But CSO does have gold in the back, so when it comes to gold, I think both teams will not have any trouble so far. We don't have any weird spawn here. So meanwhile, apparently the plan so far is that CSO managed to get some map control. Meanwhile, Louis playing a little bit defensively, and it makes sense because he's a ship donator here. 4 ship delivery. Gonna arrive cold here. May not even arrive at all if someone managed to get here. I'm gonna play a little bit defensively, and I like this because he's like letting... Okay, CSO, you go there and cause some chaos. And meanwhile, I'm gonna mass some lombos, because lombos are really slow. I can already see a big mass of archers here. 18 archers under 8 minutes for Anotan. It's definitely a very scary number. Obviously, there are no spearmen coming from both players, so all of them are playing like a pretty much equal army composition. Like, there is no counter here. Archers will just attack archers. Knights will attack knights. And CSO managed to get the first villager of the game. Very nice pick. Lombos already in very good numbers. 18 lombos. Obviously, remember, Anotan and B do have the mobility here in this map. They are a little bit faster. Look at this guy wearing Air Jordans here. Looks like CSO will grab another villager. Managed to spot B going into the deer. This knight already getting a lot of value. And what I said before is like, he's such a good French player just because he can get his knights alive. Like, until you get chivalry, like, these guys eventually will die. But as soon as you get the upgrade, should be in a very good spot. Looks like Louis keep massing lombos, or we're not gonna see spearman from any one of those. And for a good reason, I guess, for mobility. But also, like, there's so many archers from Anotan that, or from Louis, that both teams don't really want to take any spearman. Like, maybe it's just a wasted unit, you know? Maybe it's a wasted unit. All of them obviously playing in one town center. So they're looking for an opening to cause damage here. B and Anotan's army. Looks like they already have the target. It's good. Definitely it's gonna be CSO. There's definitely enough units here for CSO to defend. Lombos are already there. doing some damage in the back. Remember, Lombos do have a longer range, so eventually they should be able to get some value from these attempts from entering into TSO's base. I'm gonna retreat for now. I wonder if they have, like, some kind of plan at this point. Like, are they just both massing armies, thinking very carefully where to go? Obviously, I believe Louis didn't want to leave the base until he has the outpost. Oh, now they have a decent mass of Lombos. Should be very confident about it. They do have +1 range attack and armor. Both of them, actually. So, no blacksmith upgrades for CSO yet. Just getting +1 range armor now. And another thing is that this kind of fights really benefit John Dark. Just because there's so many units, you know? You can get so much experience now. And I wonder if Anatan will focus on John Dark. Like, try to snipe her before she gets any experience. That could be a good play. Outpost gets cancelled. He tries to build an outpost just to get the attack speed aura. And Anatan managed to snipe John Dark. CSO not getting any experience yet. Gonna be careful not to lose these Lombos. Now remember, these guys are playing a best of 1. They need to be very careful here. Plenty of Lombos here. I don't think these villagers will be able to stop the outpost. That's a lot of Lombos going down. CSO needs to go back, take down those archers. Knights arrive to take down the front line of B. Now CSO goes from the back. It's like, I don't think we'll be able to run from this. That's the beauty of having that movement speed here for these archers. And Lombo's proven to be quite useful in this match. +1 attack definitely makes a difference. I guess Louis wants to make this outpost like a slow but steady getting those outposts in the map. So you're just gonna buff all your units, right? Like, it's gonna make a big difference for you. CSO going for another raid. He's always keeps raiding. That's something that CSO likes to do a lot with John Dark. Obviously, easier said than done. Like, you need to be very good with multitasking. Let's take a look at Anotan's base. There are plenty of farms around here. Nothing like H-Harry. Just H-Harry things. Looks like he wants to go for a castle age. Like 8 villagers on gold. There's no more upgrades for you. I guess he just wants to go castle now. Meanwhile, CSO and Louis, they don't really plan to go castle anytime soon. Both of them have very similar army count. Nice snipe coming by Louis. Taking down some villagers. Now, obviously, the French can produce villagers faster. So they are in equal economic conditions at the moment. Despite losing some of them at the beginning, John Dark joins the party again. Meanwhile, slow but steady getting these outposts in the map will definitely make sure these guys know where to take a fight and where not to take a fight. Anatan about to age up. He's gonna be buffing all those archers. And I wonder if he's gonna make a switch. We don't see any barracks coming from him. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go full archers. He's gonna go for Reckness Cathedral. B getting some value here from this raid. Managed to take 3 villagers here. Very nice raid coming from B. Walls is starting to come up for both players. Definitely what you need. Otherwise, these raids can get out of hand. Now look at this. It's slow but steady. These guys are just escorting these villagers. Building those outposts. And you take a look at the vision. It's slow but steady. Having quite a lot of vision in the map, especially at the middle. So you have a lot of areas where these guys will be buffed. Now, Reckness Cathedral coming really soon. So the China team starting to wall the whole map. And looks like now they're just gonna go for it. They need to make some damage before the upgrades arrive. So quite a few villagers went down there. And looks like Anatan will just play safe for now. It's like you're not gonna deep dive into the town center. Not yet. Not yet for sure. I'm gonna change for income per minute. See where these guys stand. The problem with these walls is that there is no relics in the back of the base. So I think Anatan will get away with a lot of relics. Like, you're definitely safe from raids if you manage to finish this wall. But Anatan has so many relics he can get for himself. And that's the danger of having HRE as your opponent. It's like, they go to castle really fast. And if you don't stop them from taking those relics in team games, they can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 relics that I can count in this game. You don't want HRE with 7 relics. It's like Louis will pull back for now. Both of them sharing the gold. Love this. Gonna go for the gold at the middle first. Saving the safer one for later. White Tower gets cancelled here. Anatan and B just arriving at the right time. Looks like White Tower is gonna have to be in a more conservative position. Have to be rushing it with how many villagers? 19 villagers. He has to rush it. These guys, the good thing is they're Lombos and they have the attack speed aura. He just needs to make sure he don't lose many villagers on this attempt. You are the most vulnerable when you're aging up, so you gotta be careful here. White Tower already comes in, and I don't think B and Anatan will want to push further. Here they already see the White Tower. It's like, actually, I'm gonna pull back for now. Saved by the bell. Definitely. Proxy archery range. It's like, just leave it there. Meanwhile, another raid coming here from CSO. It's very relentless with those raids. No matter what happens in this map. But there's a big army here. You gotta be careful. This is not that type of army that is just gonna raid you. This is the type of army that I'm trying to kill it. Veterans, it should be coming soon for Lombos. There you go. Veteran Lombos already here. B not finding anyone so far. Now those Lombos fighting with an aura. John Dark is still not being able to age up, to level up. CSO with another raid happening. And there is no exit. There is a small hole here where they can leave. And I guess they will be able to leave here if... Oh no. Forgot about the charge. Lost quite a lot of damage here. Now you just gotta keep John Dark in the back. Lombos will do some damage. Looks like B and Anatan are just trying to escape from this. If they only knew there's an opening here. Looks like they know. Unfortunately, CSO didn't close this. So they will be able to get out. Looks like Louis sent some food to CSO. He's gonna be able to age up soon, apparently. John Dark already level 3. And luckily for Anatan and B, CSO and Louis didn't finish the wall here. So there is a way out. There is a way out. Not everything was lost. It could have been worse. If you find a wall there, you're gonna get surrounded. Another raid coming here. Raids have been relentless. Take a look at the villager count. Like, despite having the French as your teammate, Like, there's not such a big difference. Another honorable fight between Royal Knights. It's very equal here. Looks like B will clean this up. And now, big fight here in the middle. John Dark already level 3. Getting tons of experience from this engagement. Will there be enough Royal Knights from CSO? No, remember, as soon as the Royal Knights are out, like, Louis doesn't have any frontline. Well, we can say the same about B. B is running out of Royal Knights. And now with those Lombos, I think he can have a decent engagement here. Does he have the blacksmith upgrades? Both of them have blacksmith upgrades. So Lombos should be okay in this position. He just needs to run for one of those outposts. Gotta be careful with those villagers. So far, no new unit. Louis is gonna start adding some crossbows into the mix, but overall, still gonna be Lombos. And CSO gonna be going for the Royal Institute, despite losing quite a lot of knights early on. He just hasn't. Oh, never mind. He's with 15 knights. I was checking the left. 9 knights for B, 15 knights for a CSO. He can get some value out of this, especially if they have a good engagement. Those Royal Bloodlines is gonna make a huge difference. Looks like Anotan sent some gold to B. Probably planning to age up as well. Looks like Man at Arms are gonna join in the mix for Anotan now. And who's related? This is Anotan. That was just a distraction. For a moment, I thought he was converting some villagers. Look at that wall. Gotta love it. Some nice teamwork here. It's like an X. Will they combine? Never mind, he realized, like, never mind. You build it. Now CSO getting Royal Bloodlines and veterancy for those knights. You still have only 14 knights. Not like a super big deal. But Anotan keeps sending resources to B. And there you go. B is also going for the Royal Institute. I mean, you have to. Otherwise, your fights will just be unequal, right? And you can tell, like, CSO is avoiding fighting for now. But there should be a big fight coming soon. Meanwhile, these outposts are doing wonders for the China team. Getting a lot of vision, a lot of intel. Single Lombo with a location disorder. And HRE, how many relics does Anotan have? 3 that I can count here, 1 in the outpost, that's 4. I don't know if there is another one. There's still a couple of relics left in the map. I will advise either CSO or Louis to grab one of them. Because you don't really want China, you don't really want HRE to get them. And B already reached the castle age, and maybe this is a good indicator for Teal and Green to actually make some engagement now. The problem is you have these emplacements now in the HRE base. He does have a couple of those here and there. No emplacements in those outposts. So it's still, I think you can still dive into the HRE base. No +2 range armor yet for CSO. It's gonna get quite some damage still. There's plenty of outposts everywhere in this map. So far, we do have a very, very tight matchup. Like, pretty much all of them mirroring each other in a very strange way. Now, big fight coming here. Lots of longbow. Now, remember, these guys have 20% attack speed, but that's a lot of crossbows. And B is taking the fight without the upgrades. He doesn't have royal bloodlines. Still plenty of knights for CSO. Problem is, the crossbow mass is just too big, so they're one-shotting those knights. The CSO is losing quite a lot of knights, but now John Dark is level 4. And things are gonna start to get a little bit messy here. Cannon already here. Don't mind if I take down some stables. Looks like Anatan will start mixing some spears. And now that John Dark is level 4, things can get a little bit messy here. He does have quite a lot of attack. Especially extra attack against buildings. Town center in danger. More walls coming here. I love this walling. Coming from CSO and Louis. I feel like Anatan and B are a little bit exposed. And army numbers not looking very well. 73 against 107. That cannon is so annoying at this point. And that's the beauty of these team games. Because these big fights happen, Joan Dark just gets so much experience so fast. Town center going down for B. So far, no player has gone for a second town center except Louis. He did went for a second town center. More landmarks going down. And another raid happening here. CSO with a big raid. 7 knights. Taking down quite a few villagers. And B bleeding right now. Pretty much no man's land here in his base. Man at Arms. I'm trying to do something, but it's just that Royal Knights are just too good. And that's the difference of getting those Royal Bloodlines. Like, if he didn't have Royal Bloodlines, like, Man at Arms will be more scary. Looks like Louis forced to go back. And at the same time, Sacred Side victory approaching for the China team. That's a lot of crossbows from Anatan. As 39 crossbows are gonna be dealing quite a lot of damage to those knights. And Anatan taps out. Looks like CSO and Louis going to the next round in the best of 3 in this tournament. Wow. Oh, that was a fun match. That was a really fun match. Yeah, here is where things go really wrong. And it all came down to John Dark level 4. Like having a cannon in the castle age, it's definitely very annoying. Definitely very annoying. And it's just the timing. Like the knights got the upgrade earlier, and it just